Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Friday.
Jaden was here first. Hello, Jaden. And then one of my friends from the YouTube blind community was here. Danny. Oh God, is his name Danny? K McKenna. I got to look him up. Hold on. Let me see. Let me read his name. Danny K McKenna. Danny Mac McKenna. He was here second.
Right. I'm just making some adjustments to my screen.
And Danny says hello, Paul.
Hello, Danny.
Hello.
That's one heck of a delay. I was looking when we went live, and I'm looking at the phone, and it was a good minute already, just starting.
Yeah, on YouTube it is generally a minute to a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Behind.
And then it just gets worse.
That's why you should never have the audio on your YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're on panel, it's always best to get all your.
Well, yeah. If you're on panel, you have to mute your YouTube. But I don't. As a host, I don't mute my YouTube.
Right.
Hi, Grayscale Painting.
Tony.
He says hello to John, Paul, Ian, and Diana.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Isn't it? 1960s band, John, Paul, Ian, and Diana.
I know. I was thinking that exactly. Hey, Grayscale Painting, you're painting live streams more often. What's that? You just want to paint live streams more often, or that? I haven't been able to catch them all because I'm always doing something. But I noticed you're doing a bunch of whole new painting live streams all throughout the day. Yeah,
I'm digging it.
And for those of you of a nervous disposition, I've got a rant of the week. This is like a monumental.
Oh my goodness! Guess what, Ian? About rants, you need to buy my friend's T-shirt. It's not out yet. His T-shirt. His T-shirt. Well, his YouTube channel is Consult a Blind Guy, but then he has a whole rant channel. He's just starting at a rant channel, and he's gonna have a T-shirt says #Time for a Rant.
Time for a rant.
I bet you I know what that rant's about.
You could get a mug. You could get a mug and then you hold it up, or a sticker. Stickers even cost less. And a mug, and then every time before you start a rant, you could hold up the mug or the sticker. Time for a rant.
This we're almost on the levels of World War III.
I bet you I know what it is.
What's that?
I bet you I know what your rant's all about.
Oh, you'll have to tell us when we get around to it. When we're ready to do rant of the week, and I can vent myself in an orderly and decent manner.
Yeah, when we get. Hello, J Dog One Party. Hello, J Dog. He says J Dog is in the house.
So how's everybody's week been? Have we survived the week?
Well, yeah, but
I thought today was Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, no, today's Friday, Diana.
I know, but today I thought was Saturday.
It
felt like Saturday. Even though I don't know how that's supposed to be, but I'm still like in that work frame of mind where the weekends are like the weekends and the weekdays, even though I don't have to work, but it's like, I don't know.
We all have to put his hands up and say we all have them senior moments sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a question. What's going on over there in Europe, man? England, Germany, France, all them. Now you have a night curfew?
Oh, I ain't a clue. You just do whatever you want in life these days, honestly. I mean, every day there's a new set of rules.
Well, apparently, like France, you'll get fined $135 if you're out at night after 9:00 p.m.
Well,
great. Hello, Speedy.
I honestly don't. I don't know what they're doing. I've given up on news, me, because it's
hello.
Like,
oh, sorry.
No,
we're friggin' next.
I don't know.
Everybody's gonna do different. Hello, Steve Sunday.
That stuff won't fly. That stuff won't fly over here in the United States.
In some states it is. In Michigan, they still haven't opened up their restaurants.
Yeah, Diana, I'm not talking about closing restaurants. Okay. I'm talking that you cannot go anywhere outside your house outside in public, either be it walking down the sidewalk or driving in your car
without
or
a mask.
your husband driving you in the car after 9 p.m.
Well, in Michigan, you can't even be in your car without a mask.
You can't even be in your house here at the moment. In certain places, we are following certain government rules. I tell you what.
You know what? I just don't understand. Maybe somebody, you guys on panel can help me, or maybe people in the chat can help me. But what is the purpose of a curfew at night? How does that help a pandemic?
I don't know.
Maybe it has to do with like just the negative element comes out in the night more likely.
Well, that's understandable if there's rioting going on and this and that. And you know, I can understand that. But they're adding a curfew to the shutdowns. That's scary. That concerns me.
In UK, for example, right? We normally have like pubs shut at 11:30, right? Normally.
Yeah.
Right. So they said 10 o'clock you got to be shut, right? What difference does it? I mean, does the coronavirus start thinking, well, it's 10 o'clock now, I best I'd get myself off.
Yeah, right.
Right, exactly.
Duh.
Yeah.
I don't. Some of these rules that are coming in are actually undermining the real serious science behind all this.
I know.
These politicians who are making.
Yes, they are over here. They're trying to make it as big as possible on a certain political party. In a certain political party.
You know what I said? Up the revolution. Anyway.
You know, domestic violence and stuff like that. You know, when couples are fighting and the cops come, they say, go take a walk, you know, cool off. Well, you can't even do that now.
No, you can't. No.
Imagine having a fight with your significant other, let's say at 10 o'clock at night, and you need to just go outside and just clear your head.
Well, it's not just Europe that started that. It could have been Asia that started it, but I know that Italy, when they got really hit hard, they were very hit hard in Europe. And they had a curfew, and if you did not, they had the military enforce it. The military would enforce it for you if you were not obeying the curfew.
Well, you know what? I got one word for that, and Ian would appreciate it. Are you ready?
Oh, go on.
Bollocks.
Yes, I do appreciate that. You might have to explain to our American and other international people what that means. But then again, we'll leave that till later on, maybe.
Okay, well, I'll let you explain it because you're the Brit.
I've already had enough hot things to deal with today, so I can't possibly say that on international.
Oh, one of our chat guests, Danny Mac McKenna, says the curfew was started by Korea.
Oh, can I just say that just for those so that they're not confused? Diane mentioned that even places like Italy are getting a curfew. Well, Italy is actually in Europe.
Oh, that's back when they were in the thick of the pandemic, which I don't think they are anymore, but they were in the thick of the pandemic before any place else in Europe.
No, I remember they're having problems, but I don't remember anything about a curfew.
Oh yes, there was. There was because my artist friend who lives there was told us about it.
Wow.
Spain and Italy were worst hit countries in that first
enforced by the military,
and they were locked down, which fair enough. Fair enough if it's an absolute emergency like that. Fair enough, but now they get. I mean, what gets on my nerves is it's being regionalised. Like I can step. I've got several counties round me where I live. I can step 1 foot into another county with a different set of rules, and I can step another foot into another county. That's got completely different set of rules.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to live your life by that?
So it's like us with all our different states, and I think our counties might have different rules too, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's by state.
I think it's going to.
No, our counties do it. I'm sorry, the county I live in was the first county to that the state said they had to start closing things down because we had our county and our whole state was the first one to have this very high COVID rate compared to all the other counties, and that's like 100 other counties in our state.
Well, there's a lot of restaurants now fighting back, especially in my area.
Yeah, that's good.
They reopened, and then we ended up having a little bit of a spike of just cases. That's all. Hospitalization and ventilator use was down, and they shut down just the bars and restaurants and kept all the stores open. So there's a lot of restaurants got lawyers and they're fighting it and they're staying open.
That's good. They're getting lawyers to help them. Yeah.
Yeah, because enough's enough. You know. You know, it's like I said, Ian. It's bollocks, right? You know.
Well, partly it is. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you've got to have the balance between like looking after people's welfare here and it not being something that completely infringes your free rights.
Exactly.
And that's a difficult balancing act, isn't it?
Well,
what you said,
sorta, yes. I mean, we're responsible. We wear our masks. You wear your mask when you go in the restaurant. You social distance. You do all these things. But to infringe on my benefits, to go outside after 9 o'clock, you can, what?
Well, I mean, when I do my rant of the day, of the week, or whatever you want to call it, we'll discuss that. But first of all,
so that is your rant. I was right?
It's got something to do with that. But it's about.
I know my brother. I know my brother from Yorkshire. I know him.
Although it's something similar to that. It's about selfishness as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to discuss that because somebody nearly ended up being put in hospital because of being selfish.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll talk about that. Anyway, let's lighten up, guys, because we're painting a frog.
Oh, we're painting a frog.
We're painting a frog. And not only are we painting a frog, we're painting a very colourful frog. Not one of these boring green frogs. This one. Right. This month I'm painting...
yes, Washtober.
It's Washtober. And today's prompt is dart. Now, why would I be painting a frog?
Because you said the prompt is dart, D-A-R-T?
Yeah, dart.
Something about, like, is that how they deliver their poison?
That's where they get the poison from. You know the poison dart, right, that they use in the Amazon for various things?
Oh, this is a poisonous frog.
This is a poisonous frog called the poison dart frog.
Nice.
I was close.
It's a very, very colourful. Have a look at it when you get a chance. It's like a psychedelic frog. It's like somebody stuffed a 1970s lava lamp in it. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's got all kinds of colors.
Lava lamps. I just saw a lava lamp in somebody's studio set, an artist studio set last night. It's in her background.
Yes.
I love lava lamps.
Did you have one back in the 70s, Diane?
I actually never had one. I could have had one. I don't know why I never did get one, but I did like them, but I don't know why I never had one. I could have.
She didn't need it. All that LSD she took.
No, I never have done LSD. Maybe some other things, but not that.
Oh, let's talk about those. Let's talk about those. What other things?
I don't like them. I don't want to talk about them because they did not give me a good time.
They're back
They
in the
did?
game, man.
No, they're scary. They put me in a weird state of mind. I felt like I'm walking around in a dream, and I didn't like it.
Oh, you weren't there, man, Paul. You weren't there.
It was like a dream, huh, Diana?
Yeah, I don't like that. The same thing with marijuana. It puts me in a dream state, which I do not like. I don't like walking around feeling like I'm in a dream. I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling.
Hey, and
dream.
Yeah.
Dream.
And today I want to, because I've been trying to like increase my cultural understanding of America. We're going to have a little chat about some icons of American art.
Okay.
So that might be interesting, and I want to know whether you know them, or have heard of them, or whether they're influenced. Because I watched a documentary on these people, and I can see where they've got their influences from.
Oh, Diana would know. Diana would be good at this.
I would probably know more.
I tell you what we'll do, because I know some of our people who are in the comments and chats department, they like to do a little bit of research. So if they want to do some research on Thomas Morgan.
Oh, darn. Thomas Morgan, man. I guess that's you know what? That's a lesser well-known artist that I'm not so familiar about.
Well, apparently he's
is he a contemporary? He was a contemporary of I can't, he was a contemporary of oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It came
Turner.
After,
was he a contemporary of Turner?
No, it came after Turner, but a lot of his
artwork by Turner.
A lot of his artwork were very much influenced by Turner, yes.
So I was close there. I'm close.
Yeah. You have some knowledge there, Diane.
Yeah.
He's got two masters, Ian.
Yeah, that doesn't make me a genius. Goodness.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Like knowledge goes in one ear and out the other.
All I did is watch a documentary on him. And
you better watch it. You better start addressing her Dr. Diane.
Oh no, that's only if I had a doctoral degree.
Dr. D, art historian. So it could be a TV program, that, couldn't it? Dr. D, art historian.
Yes, but that I cannot say that. I don't even have an art history degree.
To be a doctor, what do you have to actually?
There's different kinds of doctors. Okay, so there's MD, the medical doctor. That's four or more years of medical school. Then there's the Then there's the PhD, which how many years? I don't know if that could be 3 years of the PhD. Then there's the PsyD. That's in psychology. You don't have to PhD. You can have the PsyD, PSY period D, which is a PsyD in psychology. Then there's the EDD. That is an education. That's an easier doctoral degree to get over the PhD. The PhD is harder to get over the EDD, which is the educational doctoral degree. So it's EDD, PsyD, MD, and PhD.
Can you get a doctoral?
And a DO, the doctor of osteopathy. Instead of an MD, you could be a doctor of osteopathy with a DO after your name instead of MD.
No. What I'm talking about is for art. Can you get a doctorate in art?
You get an MA
in art. You can get the doctoral degree is a PhD.
Okay, so then when you get that doctorate in art, then you will be called a doctor.
Yes, you can be called a doctor, right?
Yes.
My dad had a PhD in philosophy and was called doctor. Yes.
Yeah, because all right, because
when you get a doctorate, hence the name doctor.
Yes, you'd be called doctor. I had to call some of my colleagues and administrators doctor because they had an EDD. An ED.D, which means a doctorate in education, which that's one of the easiest ones to get. But whatever, you still had to address them as Dr. So-and-so. We had a teacher one time, which is out of the ordinary, but she had an EDD and all her students had to call her Dr. So-and-so. 3rd grade students calling their teacher Dr. So-and-so.
Do you think it's
Dr. Stevens, as a matter of fact.
a bit pompous, that?
What?
So long as you're qualified to teach, it don't matter whether. I mean, if I were a knight of the realm, I wouldn't expect everybody to call me sir.
Why not?
Because I am of the people.
Oh, really?
And we had a principal. We had a principal of our school, and he first.
I love the crap out of you,
school,
Ian. You cracked me up.
For many years, he had the master's degree in math, and then after several years of being a principal at our school, he finally got the doctoral degree in mathematics, and we had to start calling him Dr. Simpson.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like it, Dr. Diana. I liked it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
And I don't qualify for it.
Well, get your EDD if it's easy. You already did the institute.
Yeah, but it costs money. I don't want to pay money on that. I mean, what difference does it make right now? God, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe your YouTube channel will explode if you're Dr. Diane.
Dr. Diane, on
a YouTube channel, anybody could call themselves that. But of course, I would have more.
Well, it'd be wrong though, wouldn't it?
I would have more to back me up if I actually did have the doctorate.
You've not got a doctorate. You can't call you because it's spurious, isn't it? But anyway, John Quinn, one of our regulars, John Quinn, he asks me, do I like the artist David Hockney? I've actually met David Hockney.
Okay, you've met David Hockney? You said,
yeah.
I like David Hockney.
In his time, he was quite revolutionary.
Yeah.
At the time that I met him, I didn't really get abstract art, but I knew who he were. That he were a local artist. I were at Bridlington where the lighthouse was, and he was taking photos, and he came up and asked me some advice.
He asked you some advice on photography?
Yeah, because I'm
because you're a professional photographer.
I'm a professional photographer.
Oh, that's
so, and I just said, well, I'd light it in this direction. That was it. But I didn't really think I just thought of it as someone else.
Hey, you could have gotten his autograph.
No, it's just another person doing some art. Don't matter, does it? Just because he's famous as an artist.
And I love it. He did iPad digital art. That's what that's my thing. And he had a whole show. And instead of a painting, there was an iPad with his design, and an iPad. He did like 50 iPads with his design on it all throughout the whole show.
Yeah. He has throughout the years been an innovator, and it. I don't know. I'm not massively inclined towards expressive, semi-abstract art.
But, you don't like semi-abstract art?
I like pure abstraction, like Jackson Pollock. But when
you like pure abstraction or pure realism, but you don't like it in between.
But I'm not saying that I don't like it. There's some techniques and what have you that are great, and I use in my own art. But it's not something that I would focus in on myself.
Oh yeah, that's what I like about that's what I focus on.
But that is.
I know you wouldn't.
I mean, as I get older, I'm getting looser in my technique.
Oh goodness, we're missing a lot in the chat.
Oh, where?
Jordan
Floyd came on twice this week during my morning live streams and played the harmonica. He's a great harmonica blues. Oh, I love his harmonica blues playing. John Mahoney, The Blind World. Hey, welcome. Coming to us from Ireland.
Ireland.
Oh gosh.
Jordan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jordan. When I first met him, I kept calling him John. Hey, I have a vision disability too, Jordan. So guess what? That's why I'm sorry. That's why I made that mistake. Thank you for correcting me, Paul.
You wanted to know why we're yelling at each other. It's Ian Friday. It's Ian Friday, Jordan. That's what it is.
We're letting off steam.
We are. It's letting off steam there because it's been a stress-related week, hasn't it, guys?
It's nothing but there's nothing but love on this channel and this program, but we do get crazy.
Come on, guys. I know this might be copyright, but all we need is love. Work, we were. All we need is love. Work, we were. All we need is love. Love is all we need.
I don't like Beatles.
No, I don't really.
I kind of like them, but yeah, you're right. I don't even own any one of their albums.
I've got to say, I thought they were a little bit too pop music-y for me.
I like some of their songs are beautiful.
But
and then the submarine thing, whatever, the Yellow Submarine, some of those songs. Oh, and I love Strawberry Fields Forever. Oh, that's
yeah. When I heard the Yellow Submarine
is awesome.
Yeah, when I heard the Yellow Submarine, I wanted to shoot myself.
Well, I'm more an old rocker, me. A bit of blues and a bit, early Fleetwood Mac would be my.
Oh yeah, Fleetwood Mac is
early Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
When there were blues band.
Not me. I do own one Fleetwood Mac album.
That's Lisa's favorite group.
I did own it. It was in vinyl.
Yeah. That's her favorite group.
Is Lisa with us today?
She's at the doctor's office again, but she'll be here soon.
What's that say?
End of the year stuff, try to get everything done before you have to reach your deductible.
Apparently, Grayscale Painting is praying mantis like the Beatles.
He has a pet praying mantis?
Well, it eats it, doesn't it? Crunch.
Oh, Grayscale wants to know what my headphones are for. It's a new thing for my audio. It's supposed to improve my audio.
Well, it'll improve.
Sounds the same to me.
Oh God, I don't. Hey, do I sound too loud?
Yeah.
You might be, because you've got earphones in. You might be over projecting yourself. So
no. There's just I tried so many things this morning about improving my audio and all these weird, they had a toggle switch for okay, put the gain down, so I would lower the gain because my expert YouTube friend said the lower the gain the better. I put my gain down with a toggle switch, and then it would just jump back up, and I'm like, what the heck? Why? Yeah. And then I looked for any apply save button. Did I miss an apply button, a save button? It would jump back up, and I'm like, I just put it down to 20. Why did you?
Because it tries to find the optimal. It's probably set to an optimal. So the only way you can turn the sound down is by letting everybody else do it themselves. If it's too loud, everyone, just turn the volume down.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Ian. If it's multiple people.
Yes, that's right.
When you talk softly because you're like a feather.
You know what I need? The most expensive microphone where actually it modulates your sound, and you could be talking loud and it'll keep modulating your sound.
Yeah, but you need to learn how to set that up. Because it'll.
I don't want to get a super. I don't want to get a super expensive. Expensive mic right now. I just got this mic a couple months ago. I want to make it work.
So anyway, guys,
you gotta have it. You gotta have it right in front of you.
Then I don't sound too loud. Hello, now do I sound too loud?
Not really. I mean, it's not. It's not.
I'm hearing myself in my microphone. It sounds loud. Oh my goodness! I have tried so many things today. You know what? I give up. I don't know what to do.
Well, the problem is you're trying to compensate for the headphones. That's why.
No.
Yeah.
God,
you sound. You know what you sound like? You sound like. I worked in manufacturing all my life, and I put earplugs. Right? We had to wear earplugs.
The headphones are supposed to make it better.
No, all that does is make your audio experience better.
No, it doesn't. It's supposed to help me hear how loud I sound, and I don't sound too loud.
You don't, but because you're projecting slightly above, you don't hear out what you're saying. Volume.
No, you're supposed to. You're supposed to be able to hear exactly how you sound in your headphones.
Yeah, but when you're projecting, it's because you're hearing also your sounds. So you're raising your voice a bit louder.
I'm so confused.
So,
I have a loud voice. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do about it.
Step away from
Jeez, I'm 14 inches from my microphone.
well, that's way too much anyway.
Okay, now I'm 12 inches.
Sorry, that's way too little. I'm going to go about a meter, right, away from you. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm over a meter away from the microphone. So don't have your microphone anywhere near you. If you've got a loud voice, move it away from you.
You're telling me something totally different than a YouTube expert friend told me, but okay, let me see what works. I'm going to go with what works.
YouTube expert.
No. He's a YouTube expert friend. He's a friend, YouTube expert friend.
I've been working with sound engineering in music for years.
Okay.
The farther you get away, the quieter your voice will be. That's a physical.
How about this? I'm 2 feet away from my microphone.
That's almost a meter.
No, 2 foot. No.
2 foot.
Oh, I said almost.
16, 18 inches. How about this? Is this better?
A meter is 3 feet.
Well, put it as far away as you can get it from you.
Comfortably. This is a bit. Jeez, really? Okay, how about this?
We're just going to test it to see whether that's the case.
How about this?
Well, it sounds fine.
And when I get louder, how does it sound?
That's because you're getting closer to it.
No, I'm not. I didn't get closer to it. I raised my voice because a lot of times I raise my voice when I'm talking.
Inside voice.
Oh God.
Honestly, to be frank, it's not a problem because at the end of the day, it's better to be able to hear too much than if I started talking like that and you weren't hearing me very well.
It depends. You got to be right in the middle because guess what? Audio is more important than video is. Viewers will put up with sub videos and they will put up with sub audio. They will lambaste you if you don't have good audio.
The thing is, at the end of the day, we can hear you, and if it's too loud for me, all I need to do is just go to my button that says volume.
That's what I say. If you're listening to one live stream,
it's not rocket science.
I know.
That's my own ears. Whether I think you're too loud.
You know what I told you? You're supposed to have your mouth right on that microphone, and then your voice completely changes.
Oh yeah, like this.
No.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. See? Now tell me that didn't sound sexy.
I am talking really low, right up to the microphone.
Right. When you see
beautiful.
When you see recording artists, right? When you see recording artists going right up and they're singing really close, a few millimeters away on the microphone. That's because those microphones are special microphones that are used for audio, and they're all set up to pick up all the nuances of the voice. These microphones,
I see their mouth like right up on the
those kinds of do you know how much those microphones are for doing proper audio recording? Several £100.
Oh yeah, easy.
And we're talking about even the Yetis that some people get.
Well, the microphone that Diana's got isn't cheap. It's a good quality.
Well,
yeah,
the microphone I have was about $100.
See, now that sounded good.
It's about control and projection of your voice at the end of the day. If you know that you're near the microphone, then you need to tone your voice down a little bit and not over project. We're going to go really loud like that at certain times, and that's how to deal with a microphone.
Well, I think if Diana puts her mouth close to the microphone all the time, she will train her brain not to, bring her voice up.
Yes. Anyway, this is not getting my frog painted. So,
what kind of paper are you using, Ian?
Well, thank you for asking, Paul. This throughout this challenge, I've been using Hainemule 300 grams. That's £140 for you guys in America.
Okay.
Which is really weird because you have dollars.
Mm-hmm. Don't go there.
Don't.
Unless you don't want to paint. I mean, we can keep rambling, but don't go there.
So, and it's cold press, not.
Okay, cold press, not.
So it's got barely any texture to it.
This is that same paper you used last time.
Yes, I'm just using it up because
I understand.
It's not paper I'm going to be
right.
Hainemule do some very nice paper, but this I bought it fairly cheap, but it's not one I'm going to be having another go with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but don't let anybody say that Hainemule don't do good paper, because they do. There are some of their ranges of paper that are absolutely spot on. So,
but if you had a choice, what would you pick? Cold press, hot press, or not? If you had a choice,
I don't use. I mean, there are reasons why you would use cold press.
Okay.
Sorry, hot press.
I understand the two differences.
Like illustration, for example.
Yeah. Yes.
High detailed illustration, it would be best to use hot press. And that's, when you get like very detailed flower paintings and things like that.
Right.
People who do that kind of painting tend to do use hot press.
Okay, so if I was a painter and I wanted to paint this frog, and this frog has lots of detail and design,
yes,
because it's not a boring green frog, right? It's that poisonous frog. If I had a choice and I was to paint something like that, what type of paper would I choose?
Ironically, I'd go for this.
In between.
I wanted, the in between, because I mean I don't use hot press anyway. This is cold press, but it's got very, very little texture.
Right. It's like a low medium of cold press.
Yeah,
it's not as bumpy, but it's not smooth as glass either.
That's right. So I can work with bits of detail with it as much as I can, but it's much harder to get any texture. If I wanted to do dry brush work on it, it'd be really hard getting dry brush work done on it.
Mm-hmm. So when you want to blend, you tend to go more towards cold press if you're blending.
Yeah.
But if it's detailed, you want to be closer to hot press.
That's right, yeah.
See, I'm getting smart.
I mean, some other artists might manipulate it another way, but that is the basic standard way of dealing with things. I mean, some artists can get the roughest paper that you can possibly get and still work so hard at it that they get high detail. Right. But that's the way they've developed their creativity.
Well, it's important to know these things because you can have techniques and ways of painting, and then all of a sudden you're frustrated because nothing's turning out right. And it could be simply because of the choice of paper you pick.
Absolutely, yeah. The choice of paper is a key factor before you even start doing your art. It may not be the case with other mediums, but with watercolor painting, it's pretty critical.
Yeah.
If you want a particular finish and style, then it's all down to what paper you use.
Nice.
And people are quite snobby in the sense that they say, "Oh, well, you must always use cotton." Cotton, but that's not
the cotton. Yeah.
You can get good art from non-cotton papers. It's just that you need to know its limitations and what it can and cannot do. And just the same with cotton paper, that has its limitations, what it can and cannot do. It's about knowing your paper. What can this paper do for me as a substrate? And once you've got an understanding of that, and that takes quite a few years of playing with various papers, then you will start to be able to manipulate your art a lot better. So
very good.
They're all making fun of this voice. They're actually not making fun of it. They said Danny says I can call him later after the show.
Yeah, absolutely. How about it? I'm telling you guys.
and then Jordan said, I don't want to be creepy, but it's a sexy voice. And I said, that's funny, creepy, sexy.
Creepy, sexy.
I know. A lot of ladies say I've got a sexy voice.
You?
Woo!
Oh, okay, Ian.
Oh, sorry. Did you mean Diane?
Yeah. I'm talking about Diane, you goofball. Oh, my God. I needed a laugh today. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for today. So, Grayscale says that paint on a brown paper bag. You can. In fact, one of my favorite things that I ever painted, it were like a silhouette, and it were on a brown paper bag, and it worked so well. But again, it's knowing your substrate, because if you put too much liquid into your paint, it can tear your paper apart. But yeah, so long as you know what you're doing with that paper, go for it. Don't matter what paper you use.
Yeah, and you can paint those paper bags and put a candle in there with sand, and then it lights up.
See this printer paper, all right? It's 60-gram printer paper, or whatever you want to call it. You know, the cheap stuff that you get for printing basic stuff out. It's not got any gloss on it or anything like that. If I wanted, in fact, actually, the first painting I ever did in watercolors was on a piece of this kind of paper.
Nice.
I learnt my lesson from it.
Yeah.
There are things you can do and the things you can't do.
Right. That's what my point from before. Yep.
Like I said, it's about knowing your substrate.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just going to bring up my my image, because we're going to do a bit of it's going to be one of them psychedelic ones today. It's like a psychedelic.
All right.
Psychedelic? It's going to be psychedelic?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Not in the sense of not in the sense of druggy. I mean psychedelic as in like what influenced design, i.e. very colourful. And if you ever watched pop music programs back in late 60s, early 70s, they'd have like bubbles and oils projected onto screens, so that, you know, people like woo like that. So yeah, man. Diane, you weren't there, man. You weren't there.
I was there. I am older than you.
No, you were probably just being educated in France or somewhere in your posh boulevard or thing, whatever you went to.
I'm going to tell you, get out of here, but you have to stay here.
I have to. We all know about your European tour, your cultural tour.
You know what, Diana? You should periodically whisper in the microphone while Ian's painting and really mess his brain up.
I know.
What are you painting, Ian? What is that? I love the colors, Ian.
Well, I wish people would too. I'm having to.
Ian will be all distracted, like, oh my God, her voice is different. I can't concentrate.
So, right, this frog, it's on a leaf, but what we want that to be is very backgroundy. So we're gonna make it very, very watery. And
very, very watery. Okay.
Very, very watery. And
so is it just a frog, or are you doing something in the background?
No, I mean the background's just to make sure that it don't look as though it's just floating in space.
Okay.
There's no real. I mean, it's neither here nor there. Here nor there. It's here nor there.
No lily pad or nothing like that.
It looks as though it's on some sort of leaf.
Oh, okay.
Such a weird leaf, but I can't identify.
I get it, like a macro vision.
Yeah, I mean,
of a leaf with the frog on it.
Right, it's really weird. This frog, right? Although it's highly poisonous and it can kill a human being easily, right?
Yeah.
It's tiny little. What have I got? If there, see this, they're no bigger than that.
Really?
The tiny,
the whole frog.
Yeah, the entire frog, the teeny weeny little things.
No kidding.
Yeah, look them up. They're really, really small.
I thought it was at least 3-4 inches.
Oh no, they're not like these great big gigantic green frogs that you sometimes see in Amazon. The tiny little things, as most frogs are. But you'd be surprised how small. I know in America you have some bullfrogs, don't you? That are massive.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine a bullfrog baby is bigger than an adult one of these.
Wow.
So let's see if we can.
And they can kill you. They're so tiny and they can kill you.
The toxins in the toxins that are in these frogs can totally paralyze humans without even trying. In fact,
they're worse than like rattlesnakes and copper snakes, I think.
Yeah, they're some of the most toxic animals on the earth. Not that they would try and, I mean, you'd have to lick one or something like that. I mean, who's going to want to eat a frog other than somebody in France?
Yeah, but I mean, you could be camping or something and, next thing you know, you're dead.
But it's not going to jump in your mouth, is it?
No, but if it touches your skin, I think you can absorb it too. You can't touch it.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Jordan wants to know, how is Paul doing? How is Paul?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Jordan Mahoney, The Blind World.
Nice. I'm doing fine, Jordan.
So how's everybody's week been? Have we coped through the hassles and stresses that is now everyday life?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I hadn't heard.
We have a question from the chat.
All right, go on.
John Quinn wants to know, that's true. Do you know where the poison frog got their poison?
I'm not sure.
It's from the ants they eat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't they eat bullet? Don't they eat bullet ants? And a bullet ant is called a bullet ant because if it stings you, it's like being hit by a bullet.
Yeah, I think there's some rituals where they take some of the indigenous people, like in Africa, they have some rituals where when a child starts becoming an adult, before they become an adult, they have to be stung by these bees and ants.
Oh,
it sounds like that bit in Flash Gordon.
Like they have these special mittens that have all these insects in there, and they got to put their hands in them, and they get swelled up and pain. So they learn pain and how to deal with it. And then when it's all over, said and done, then they give them medicine to ease the pain and all that, and bring them back to health. And that's supposed to strengthen them as an adult and also make them immune when they hunt.
I believe
it's crazy.
I believe it happens in a lot of cultures, that, like an immunity. You'll find people who keep bees, right? Although they still get stung, after a while, the bodies can like tolerate it a lot more than what we would do.
Yeah, yeah, but I think these kids too were subject to these ants too, and man, it was horrible to watch them. You know, these kids just crying. But it's part of the culture.
I suppose it's better for them to be. Well, that's what we do with antibiotics. And viral, you know, anything that, you know, if you have a flu jab, basically what you're doing is you're giving yourself a little bit of flu, enough for your body to go, oh, I've got flu, I'll deal with that. And then it
boosts the immune system.
Yeah, it kickstarts your immune system, but you are actually giving yourself the thing that you're supposed to not be getting.
I have a good immune system without the flu shot. I've never taken a flu shot. And I worked for 25 years with 500 kids every week with German children.
I know, Diane, but just wait until you get over 40.
I am over 40.
Yeah?
You know I am.
I thought you were 35, Diane.
And still into my 50s. I did not get sick hardly at all. Still working with 500 children, German children a week, every year, and being on crowded trains. Never got the flu shot and hardly even got sick at all.
Did you ever choke on a lozenge like Ian did on a train or bus?
No.
No, I regularly choke on lozenges and things. It must be some sort of inbuilt, you know, genetic thing that makes me choke on anything that I eat. But there you go.
Well, I'm living the dream. Lisa just came home and gave me a Starbucks.
Oh, what type of Starbucks? What do you mean Starbucks?
It's a cold brew coffee with an extra shot, and it's a mocha with whipped cream.
Oh, mocha.
Oh, an extra shot of espresso?
Yeah, extra shot of espresso, and it's cold brew coffee, and it's got mocha in it and whipped cream.
So when you say cold brew, do you mean iced coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's cold brewed.
Let's talk iced coffee. You know, when you're making an iced coffee, do you actually have to warm it up first, let it cool down, and then drink it?
Well, under the definition of iced coffee, that's would be right. Hot coffee getting cold with ice, but there is cold brew. You can brew coffee with cold water, and it's a lot smoother.
Right.
And they have devices that you can do that.
Right.
It just takes a long
time. You know, when it comes to coffee, I'm just a basic guy.
Well, you should get it. It's real cheap. It's like a little plastic one. It holds like about 12 cups of water. And you take your coffee beans and you can grind them to coarse level instead of extra fine. For when you want to brew, when you want to brew hot coffee, you have to have it fine. Cold brew, it's coarse. Okay, so you would mix the the coarse grinds in the water, no filter, nothing. Just let it stir around there, and then let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next morning, there's a plunger that has a filter, and it will push everything down to the bottom. And then what's at the top above it is cold coffee, cold brew. And it's smooth. It's not bitter. It's smooth.
Would you get really thick cream, right? Mix it in with that and have it as a slightly creamy, thicker.
Yes, That's what I have right now with mocha
Right.
in it.
Is that what mocha is?
Yeah, chocolate.
I mean, I've heard of that.
It's chocolate. It's just a fancy name for chocolate.
All right. Well, we call that hot
No,
chocolate.
it isn't. It is coffee and chocolate mixed together.
See
Yes.
how he said that? That sounded like a public announcement, didn't it?
It sounded a lot better than that.
Well, this is no ordinary chocolate. This is coffee mocha, coffee latte, espresso latte, extra light chocolate latte.
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah, she's coming into the conversation late. She doesn't know what we were talking about earlier. Diana has new headphones, and she's trying to dial in with her audio, right? She's still coming out loud, and we were telling her to. She's trying to compensate for it by wearing the headphones, even though she hears her voice when she speaks in the headphones. It's still throwing her off because she sometimes is raising her voice and it's getting loud and screechy. Okay. So Ian says, be away from the mic. And, you know, Ian and me, we always are opposite and we always friggin' argue. And I say, no, she needs to be close to the mic. And when she talks close to the mic, her voice sounds very seductive and a lot better.
You get more bass in the sound when you're closer to the mic because the vibration.
So now we're messing with Ian because I dare Diana to occasionally talk into the microphone real close, and he can't concentrate painting. You know,
I can't concentrate because I've got.
Now that Lisa's up to speed, we can continue on with the program.
Yeah. Well, just while we're taking this, you guys chat away while I go and change this water, and I'll be back in a second or two. Back in a second.
All right, man.
Mystic Unicon cannot join us today, and I am writing to her I'm writing back to her in Instant Messenger.
Okay.
She's very upset about things that have happened at work.
Uh-oh. I hope he's okay. Or she. Sorry.
Gotta let it go.
Lisa says you gotta let it go. Whatever that means. We can hear a pin drop now.
I'm going to read the chat in a minute. Hold on. I got to finish writing to Mystic. Okay, now I got to check the chat. All right, let's see. Hold on. Hi, Mumuku. She comes to us from the UK. So does Danny Mac McKenna. He comes to us from the UK. So does Jordan Mahoney. He comes to us from the UK.
And you need to open the door, Ian.
Oh my goodness, I gotta catch up with the chat. Let me go up, 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 up.
An interesting cereal.
No, Diana, Jordan's in Ireland, I believe, but but Ian doesn't live far from me.
Yes.
Danny's in England, not far from himself. I can tell by his accent. Danny Mac McKenna lives in England.
Oh, well, I live in the outer reaches of South Yorkshire.
Mumuku, hello. She likes that frog. She likes that frog you're painting.
Just wait till we start painting it.
Oh, Danny lives in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, fella. Well,
who?
Talk to the man.
Danny Mac McKenna lives in Yorkshire.
Nice. Where is he from? In Yorkshire.
It's a big place, you
West
know.
Yorkshire? West Yorkshire is where it's at, really.
We'll let you guess where Paul comes from. You'll never
Well, I
guess.
just said.
Did you?
Yeah, I just said. I said West Yorkshire is where it's at.
West Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Hold on.
So what did they say? Whereabouts?
Oh my goodness. Grayscale says when my cereal gets soggy, I put it in the freezer for 30 minutes and the crunch comes back.
Nice.
That's a good,
Really?
that's a good tip. That's a good tip because
Sure.
sometimes my
That's
cereal does get
disgusting.
soggy.
Lisa says that's
Oh,
disgusting.
Why do you? I mean, if you really wanted to stay, I mean, I've got to say, I like mine soggy anyway.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
Why put any milk on it anyway if you want it dry? And what's the point?
Well, no, it's like
You
a
put-
in
you put-
between.
you put
It's like a
milk on it,
cold
it's
knot.
not-
It's kind of like
Oh,
cold pressed knot.
confused. Mumuku is confused. Mumuku, it's my live stream and Ian is my guest. Okay, it's my live stream. Ian is my guest. Ian Jackson is the guest. Paul is behind the Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul. And his link is down below. His name and his link is down below. And he is a guest panelist and we are behind the scenes so that we can put Ian on full screen to see his painting.
See, that's awesome. That was perfect.
I am in North Yorkshire. Whereabouts in North Yorkshire?
Yeah.
I normally live in North Yorkshire with Mrs. Jackson, the long suffering Mrs.
I'm
Jackson.
gonna turn into a lesbian.
I'm that. Oh my goodness. But
What?
hey,
I
Oh my
heard
God.
that.
You heard what? You heard what Lisa said?
Yeah, I think I did.
but
She's probably going to type it in.
I'm down looking
I got-
after my dad at the moment. This is my family home, right down in South Yorkshire where I was born. But I do live in North Yorkshire in Skipton normally.
Skipton, yeah.
Skipton, North Yorkshire.
Good old Skipton.
Yes, it's a nice place. It's got a little art shop that I like to frequent occasionally.
Jordan, you love
All very quaint.
You bastard, what?
He loves mocha. Jordan.
Oh, yeah. That's right, Jordan. I'm a lucky bastard. I got a mocha frappe, basically. That's for me. Iced mocha.
Right.
I am a lucky man and blessed, Jordan.
Is Ian doing a poison dart frog?
Yes, he is.
Awesome.
Very good. Yes. Poison dart frog. And that's because, right, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, I'm doing what's called Washtober, which is a challenge for this month with watercolors.
And today's thing is dark.
Today's prompt is dark. And I thought, I'm not going to paint a dark because everybody else is going to paint darks. So I thought, I'm going to paint a watch. I'll go on later on and everybody will have painted the poison dart frog.
Anthony wrote, I live in upstate New Yorkshire.
Yeah.
He added Shire at the end of New York.
New Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Well, you can become part of the fold if you want.
Clever.
The blessed county of Yorkshire.
There's only one Yorkshire, and that is it.
Okay, is there anyone that would like to come on panel? I am inviting people from the chat. Anybody that would like to come on panel?
Come on, Grayscale, come on up.
Come on up, Grayscale. Let's have a party.
We've not had a chat with you for a while.
Don't be shy. Ian and I and Diana can't do it all. We need somebody else to be entertaining.
Yes, it's my stream, and Ian is my guest sometimes.
He can give us the whole cereal procedure.
Oh yeah, the whole cereal procedure. We would love that one.
Oh yeah. We need to know what it is. Yeah,
Inquiring minds want to know.
I think you need to do a 3-part video on YouTube on how to re-harden your cereal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that.
I've done that.
I bet you that thing will go viral.
That has not
Bet you
ever
that-
been seen on any YouTube video ever. I think
No,
it'll go
I
viral.
haven't.
Viral.
Anyways, people put milk on their cereal, Ian, because
Yes.
it's a balance between the crunch and the sogginess. It's kind of like cold press and hot press, and you're painting with cold press not. So it's like in between. So that's why you put milk on cereal.
Ian does not put milk on cereal.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
But he likes it soggy.
But then he lets it sit too long and it gets soggy. I mean, that's what happens with my cereal.
Yeah.
I let it sit too long and it gets
Yeah.
soggy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
So Ian said that why would, if you want your cereal to be crunchy, why would you put milk on it?
Okay.
As if you only have crunch or soggy, but there is an in between.
Yeah, in between, yeah.
It depends on how much crunchy stuff there is in a. I mean, I can get a Weetabix, right, and I can put a tiny amount of milk on it, just enough to soften it up a bit. But then again, I can put an entire bowl in, and it become like porridge.
So why not just eat porridge then?
Well, sometimes what I do with porridge is I'll get a Weetabix, one of those wheat biscuits, and I will put it in with my porridge. Slightly different texture.
How does the saying go? Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot 9 days old. Is that how it goes?
I have heard that, but it's not one I've ever particularly.
That's British. It's a British saying.
I know, but it's not something. I don't like peas.
They're mushy.
Mushy peas.
Mushy peas.
Mushy
oh,
peas.
Mushy peas and a pint of bitter. Heck yeah, I'm in. And a game of darts. Since we're doing the dart frog, let's play some cricket.
Yeah.
No, it's not right time of year for cricket. Oh, do you know what?
Cricket, the dart game.
I have got another rant of the week, right? You know, my beloved football team, don't you? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a couple of things. Not only did New York steal our football manager.
Yeah.
American owners of Liverpool and Man United have tried to do something this week to make it so that our English Football League is like the franchised American football leagues. And it didn't go down very well this week. It didn't go down well. Everybody completely rejected it.
The only football team I know of that's franchised is Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but are they American football?
Yeah.
We've been told that all teams in America like a franchise.
No.
They can up and move. I don't know. Let's say that I'll make a club up. The New York Super Frogs. Right? New York Super Frogs, right? I can take that and take that team and have them play in Washington if I want them. So,
no, all the, as far as I know, all the teams have just one owner. And then, except for Green Bay. Green Bay is owned by the fans.
Yeah, I mean we have some,
they have like a stock
owned by
in it.
the fan base. Yeah,
Yeah, they have stock in it. They have like shares. They own the football team, the fans.
I mean that's where it should be anyway. But
And that's the only team I know that does that. And there's I think 28 teams.
28. Is that American football?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Or rugby as we call it.
Is it 28 or 30? I can't remember now.
Have you ever been?
Might be 30.
To England? Did you ever come and have a while you're in West Yorkshire? Did you ever come and watch a rugby match?
No, I never saw a rugby match. No.
It's
You know what? I
pretty
never
good.
really saw a cricket match either.
Oh well, if you come over in summer, you'll have to go and watch a test match or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It's a long day. I mean, a test match is played over 7 days. It's a real endurance thing,
Yeah.
and it's, believe me.
I mean, I've seen rugby played.
It's not too
It's similar. It's similar to American football.
Similar. It is similar, but in many ways it's subtly different. So, I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
you can't,
it looks like there's just a bunch of bodies just being pushed around all over the place. There's no structure, no plays, no pattern.
When you do look at it, there's loads of structure. It's very.
Oh, is
very
there? Okay, I don't know enough about it, so I need to know. Learn.
One of the big differences with rugby and American football is you can't do a forward pass.
Okay.
You can't throw the ball forward.
Really?
It's a pass back. It's about moving forward yourself rather than ball moving forward.
Well, Lisa says you're right. They're all called franchises.
Because
She
they
Googled it.
Because they all have to follow the NFL's structured set of rules.
Yeah, so it's a part of an overall franchise.
Rules.
Okay, yeah, but okay.
That's
Oh, okay.
That's the short answer anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, they are like a franchise, yeah. But I mean, you just have one owner, but that owner has to follow the rules of the National Football League, which now makes them a franchise because of that.
Okay, I mean, I'll be right back.
It's a bit of a spurious thing.
Okay,
that,
Diana.
All sports adhere to a set of franchised rules, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's not as though it's a franchise in the sense of you can own it and someone else can set up a branch of your franchise.
Yeah. You can't have like two Chicago Bears teams.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, yeah, I couldn't franchise Chicago Bears, but the Chicago Bears are a franchise team of the NFL.
Yeah. It's a team within a franchise, isn't it? In that sense.
Yeah, because everything is subject to the National Football League.
Yeah. Which all sports bodies have a
the same. It's
a governing body. Yeah. Every sport, even gymnastics, and there'll be a body that oversees rules and regulations.
But Green Bay is the only one out of all the teams that, even though Green Bay is a franchise team in the NFL, there is no one owner. All the fans own it. Invested in stock.
Because our football goes back into communities and things like that. I mean, we have quite a few fan-based ownerships. There's 2 or 3 different things. You've got like multinational organisations that own some teams, and they're pitted up against teams that are owned by local community.
Hey, all funnies and games. It's the first time you've been in here. He's commented many times on live streams, but he's never come into a live stream. Welcome, welcome, all funnies and games, my artist friend.
Nice.
Yay.
Welcome.
So as you can tell, I'm getting some radical colours in now. You might think, whoa, I've never seen a frog that colour. Well, you go and have a look at one of these poison dart frogs. They're like psychedelic.
Yeah, they got a lot of color. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is only the start of the colour. It don't just have a coloured body. It has stripes and it has dots and it has.
I think it's even more detailed than the ladybug.
It can be, yeah. You're saying that. Do you know what I saw last year? I saw one.
Gracie Shack is here in the chat.
Hey, Gracie, come on panel. Let's go.
I
You said
sent
you were
her. I
coming.
did send her a link, and she's not using it.
We're dying over here, Gracie. We need you on panel. We're dying.
Tell her to come in now. She's obviously here.
We need the voice of reason.
Or she won't be.
We're all out of control. Diana, Ian, and I are all at each other's throats. But we need a voice of reason.
We haven't even got to rant of the week yet. And believe me,
I know.
I'm saving it for when I can contain myself.
Jordan was all upset, Gracie. Jordan was all like, why are we yelling at each other and all this? He was all concerned. We need you up on panel, Gracie. We're dying.
Oh, she's here.
Right, pop her up then.
Hey, there she is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a very bad person. I had my dinner and I fell asleep. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sorry.
Must have been a good meal.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese.
I think it's a really good life plan. That have your dinner, fall asleep.
Fall asleep, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Middle age, seriously. When I hit 40, it was like, what the hell? Everything's just like your biological clock just seems different to me now than when I was, even say 30. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you hit your 40s, you're entitled to have a nap if you want.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. You've spent a lot of time running around like a chicken. And then it's time to just mellow out a bit. Exactly, mellow. Yeah,
Lisa
I
hates that.
Mellow.
Yeah, mellow out.
Ooh.
So anyway, Grace, can you tell what I'm doing?
I can tell. Is that a frog or a toad?
It's a frog.
Oh, okay. I guess frog. Yeah. And hold on. I have a question. What paper are you using tonight, Mr. Jackson?
Well, Paul covered your back earlier, but I will remind people. This is IamTraciLeee.
IamTraciLeee, yeah.
If that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
IamTraciLeee. It's 300 grams. In American flavor, that's 140 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's cold press knot, so it's it's hardly got any texture at all.
Oh, so it's kind of smoother than.
Yeah, it's quite smooth. This for a
cold press.
For a cold press, it's fairly extremely. It's too.
I know what you mean. It's kind of hard to
too
describe.
soft for me. It just feels like I'm painting on cardboard.
And I feel that when you paint on paper like that, that your paint sort of turns into a puddle, almost.
Yeah, it can do.
Like a blob colour.
The one good thing about heavier papers and papers that are rougher is the water, as you put in water on it, kind of it doesn't pool together. It kind of, the little indentations in it kind of stop it from all pooling together.
Yeah.
So,
and if you're painting a frog or a toad, that could work in your favour then, for the kind of blobby, you know, for the bumps on the frog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
So, and I'm using me throughout the month. I'm using me Jacksons.
Oh,
I'm just going to use them all month. So it's going to be Einamula paper on Jacksons. On the Jackson paints, and they are very good Jacksons. I've got to say that I do like using them. They're very consistent paints.
I don't think I've ever tried those.
So you've got some good news for us as regards paints, haven't you? Tell us all about it.
Oh, which ones?
Oh yeah, you do have.
Sorry, sarcastic there. Which ones? You mean the mission goal ones I got for my birthday?
No. Didn't you say that you got some core?
Oh, is that what they're called? Core?
Core.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, they had such a cracking deal, and I said to myself, Gracie, you deserve this. So I put an order in. It was. I'm trying to remember how many you get in the set. You don't get many in the core.
No, I think you get 12. It depends. Depends which set you get.
Yeah.
There's a 12 set.
Yeah, and then there's like
a 6 set.
Yeah.
Is that what you got? The 6 set?
Well, with the 6 set, I said to myself, that's really kind of, I mean, I don't really need them, but it is nice to dip into. Are they pro paints? Are they professional?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good.
They're in top maybe 5 paints in the world, maybe.
Oh wow, that's cool. So yeah, I did hum and ha over getting the 6 set, but I thought, screw it, I'm going to go and get the 6 set because I don't really need a lot of paint. So, but if you're new to painting in watercolor, guys, and you want to get something that's, you know, really professional paint, I'd get the, what would you recommend, Ian? 6 or 12 pounds for a beginner?
It depends. I mean, if we're going for 6, I'd go out and I'd specifically go and get specific tubes. I won't go for a 6 set.
Oh, okay.
Unless the colours that you know that you're going to use.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, that's a very limited palette for somebody who's new.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's what
a 6 set is. I mean, that's as low as I would go for a set.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If I were taking a set of paints out with me painting, and I were only taking 6 out, that would be the very, very, very minimum amount of paints I'd take out.
I don't know why they do. That is my only kind of, you know.
Those, what they are generally, those sets are refills.
Oh, refill. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that.
The 12 sets are more like something that you'd be able to use.
I think so. Yeah, I did. I should have asked you before I put the order.
I'm not belittling anybody, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend the core paint.
No, I probably
do brand new. Because not only are they extremely expensive,
they are ridiculously
expensive. The professional paints and you need to have a strategy in place on how to use them.
Yeah.
Because of how expensive they actually are.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, honestly, if you're a beginner, this is just me. You might have a different opinion. I would recommend the Cotman watercolors to set up with just for a first try, and then once you feel confident using those, I go for White Nights, because White Nights is a big step from Cotman to White Nights.
I agree with that. I mean, if I were given the choice and knowing what I know now, I would go straight to the White Nights, simply because the inexpensive and the professional range.
Yeah, and you can
they're not the most. They're not the most. They're not Daniel Smiths.
No.
But then again, they're not the worst paints you'll ever come across.
No, yeah, I'd probably, if I had my time over again, I'd probably go for White Nights first, probably.
I've got to say, I do fairly successful paintings with White Nights.
Yeah, me too.
On a regular basis. So it's not that you can't do anything with them. You can.
You can, yeah.
But it's well, they're good. What I'm going to have to do is, because we're running out of time. I'm going to have to get me heat blower thing.
It's nearly half 10. It's nearly half 10 here for us English people. So you got.
I've got about half an hour.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm going to have to get Yodi lightsaber out. And
what did I miss from earlier then, guys? What were you falling out about?
Oh, Ian, have you done your rant yet?
I haven't yet. I think we're nearly ready to do it because I'm in the right frame of mind now.
Oh, this one's going to be good. So sit back, folks, and get a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah. Right. Disclaimer: those of you of a nervous disposition, switch your audio off now.
Yeah.
I'll just clean this up, and we'll make a start on rant of the week. Rant of the week. We've still not got anybody, not a professional person, to come up and make some sort of jingle for us. Rant of the week.
I have a friend who makes jingles all over the place, but she will not make a jingle for me unless I paid her, probably.
Boo.
Boo.
I'm not close enough friends with her. If I was close enough friends with her, she probably would make me a free jingle, but she's a friend, but not a close enough friend.
Yeah.
Grayscale might make one for you.
Hey,
Grace makes jingles all the time for her channel.
There you go.
Well, speaking of Grayscale, Gracie, that's what you missed. Grayscale, apparently when his cereal gets soggy, he puts it in the freezer and re-crunches it.
He's not explained that to us. So anyway,
I will totally do that, Grayscale.
Back in a second. Why don't you? While I'm doing this, why don't you put yourselves on the
big screen?
Channel, on the big screen.
On the big screen.
Okay.
Diana. Okay. She's like, no, I don't want to be on the big screen now. How are you, Mr. Paul?
I'm good.
Good. Diana, how are you?
My favorite month of the year.
I'm trying to really work. I'm trying to really improve my audio, and it's like all kinds of crazy things today. And look, I'm wearing headphones, and
I like the color. Oh, look,
headphones. They're telling me no, that didn't really work. It's like if I talk like this right in front of my microphone, that's when I have the most improved audio.
Yeah.
That kind of when people talk like that, it reminds me of radio voice.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Yeah. You should be on the radio, Diana. Come on, you're good. You got a good. I mean, I hate this.
I don't think so. I'm just trying to improve my own YouTube channel.
I absolutely hate listening to myself. I really know.
Why? You have a lovely voice.
Oh, thank you. That's what people keep telling me.
But you do. The only reason why you don't think you do is you have to just keep listening to your voice over and over and over again, and then you'll get used to it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
He's back.
Jordan, I'll have to check it out. No, I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check the channel out. No problem, buddy.
So it's detail time.
It's
Detail.
do you know that fog? That fog looks like it belongs in my garden. Yeah.
I would hope not. You know what it is?
What is it? Oh, is it one of those the poisonous ones?
Yes, it's a poisonous dart frog.
I thought it was.
As used by Amazonians for generations.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people from the UK here. Moo Koo is here from the UK.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're rocking it. We're rocking it.
UK.
There's, I think most of the people in here are from the UK.
That is cool. Thank you, guys.
Maybe we should change our live stream, Diana, to 4 p.m.
No, we stay up late anyway, those UKers. We can take the hassle. We can take the pain.
We do 12 p.m., which is 6 p.m. your time, but apparently it's okay. But, you know,
too bad.
We're getting a lot more people in this chat later at night. Maybe we should change our time slot.
Well, it's all down to availability. I mean, sometimes if you put it on in mid-afternoon, people are busy, aren't they?
Yeah, that's where I think.
No, we're talking about Sunday is when we do our blind live stream.
Oh,
that's a Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Sundays are kind of, you see, I would think that it would be quiet on a Sunday, but apparently some Sunday lives do really, really well. So.
Well, a lot of people do things on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, true.
Well, we do Friday and Saturday. Well,
yeah.
We do Saturday.
Yeah, but it's really late for you guys. So then what you were supposed to do on Friday is over.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's by the time it's 11 o'clock at night when we finish on here for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can be up until 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness. We have a very interesting comment from Moo Moo Koo. I thought she lived in the UK, but I think she is just originally from the UK. She says she lives near the Amazon and always gets frogs in her home.
Wow.
She gets giant frogs coming into her home, which she always takes them to a new home long away.
That's nice. Look after our Amazon for us.
Yeah, look after the.
Look after it.
I'm eating a Kit Kat, but don't tell anybody.
Nice. Kit Kat.
Can you hear? Can you hear that? The rustling.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a bite of that Kit Kat bar.
I have a question for you, American people. Have you ever tried, and now Mr. Jackson will know what I'm talking about here, Twiglets? Have you ever had them?
Twiglets?
Yeah, they're like pretzels. They're kind of a savoury flavour.
Yeah, the savoury.
You hate them, and they're called Twiglets.
I've never heard of them.
No.
They're not piglets, mind you. They're Twiglets.
Right.
And what are they?
Well,
they're almost like my kryptonite.
Yeah, they're kind of, like Marmite. They're kind of, you either really like Marmite or you hate Marmite. It's that kind of.
What's Marmite?
Marmite.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what Marmite is.
Okay, it's like
extremely strong.
Is it like Vegemite?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's like eating Vaseline.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Gravy flavored Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Yeah. That would be like if I were to make Vegemite, I would probably take a jar of petroleum jelly, Vaseline, and then crack open a cube of OXO and crumble it inside and then eat it. That's what Vegemite is.
Diana's going to throw up in a minute.
That's what Vegemite is like.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, yeah. It's Vegemite is big in Australia, I think.
I know.
Yeah, Vegemite in Australia.
Yeah. I don't know why.
They even wrote a rock song about it, Vegemite sandwich.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
What was the name of that band, Diana? You remember?
I know. I can't. It's 80s. It's from the 80s.
Were they called Vaseline?
No. They should have been called.
You just Google it, Vegemite sandwich or something like that, and probably would get the name of the song and the band.
It wasn't Hootie and the Blowfish. It was somebody else.
Oh, I love
singing about a Vegemite. In the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Depeche
Mode, I think it was.
It might have been some 80s band.
I loved it.
Men at Work. Men at Work. Men at Work.
Maybe.
Lisa is another.
Depeche Mode. Tainted Love. Tainted Love. Copyright infringement. Tainted Love.
Copyright infringement. If you're listening, turn away now.
Well, I just have a comment from the chat that Jordan Mahoney, the blind guy, the blind world.
Hello, Jordan.
He just would like to know if anybody. He just wants to put it out there. If anybody would like to join his channel, please, please check him out. So, Jordan, you don't need to keep repeating it. I'm making the announcement that if anybody would like to join your channel, they will check it out. But this is not sub for sub. If they will check it out if they're interested, and they will join if they're interested.
Oh, Slee is in. Hi, Slee Stack.
Hey,
Slee.
Hi, Slee Stack.
That rules. Wow, I haven't seen you for a while.
I saw him last week. He was here last week at the tail end.
Was he?
He's coming in at the tail end again, 5:39. Well, not as bad.
The sugar is kicking in now, people, so you will have to suffer.
Nice.
So anyway, talking about
your coffee too?
No, that's my Kit Kat.
Just a Kit Kat? Where's your coffee and Jack?
Oh, I've stopped putting milk in my tea at night. And I replaced the milk with a JD.
Nice.
See?
You are.
That's terrible.
That's the way to do it, man. You'll sleep like a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll go over 2 or 3 because if I do that, I'm going to be hungover.
Yeah.
So I just have like 2.
So you went from Jack to J and B, huh?
I did, yeah. So, something like that.
Wow, big time.
Yeah. And every night since I started, I've slept like a baby.
Wow. Pretty soon you're going to upgrade to famous grouse.
Well, you never know.
Ian,
I can't do that brown alcohol. It messes me up. I have to do clear. I have to do clear rum or vodka. I cannot handle Jack or any whiskey.
A lot of people can't.
It makes me mental.
Would you, Paul? I wonder whether you'd like. Oh, I forget what I call it now. It's a whiskey liqueur.
Oh,
I know you're talking like a port.
It's a really famous one. I can't remember what, but it's got
a whiskey.
Southern Comfort.
Oh yeah, Southern Comfort. Yeah, it's still brown though. It'll mess me up.
Oh, Ian, I'm gonna have to go on Amazon now and order that. I'm gonna get some Southern.
I've got to say, if I have a whiskey at any time, and if I want to order a whiskey for a drink, anyway, that's probably what I tend to go for, Southern Comfort, because it's got a nice mellow. It don't wipe. It don't wipe your taste bud.
Yeah.
Because it's not worse than your taste bud being wiped.
Do you drink it straight or do you chase it with like 7-Up or something?
No, just straight.
Oh, no.
Just straight. Not even with any ice in it. Right?
Wait.
Well, you know what?
Does Gracie drink it straight?
It's got a really nice creamy texture.
Well, newsflash, for some reason, when you go to England, it's hard to get ice. It's like, did you guys forget the recipe? All it is water and freeze it.
Yeah, but
Those aren't big enough.
Their freezers are not big enough even. That's like ridiculous.
Yes, exactly.
no, but we haven't got robot fridges that are connected to internet.
Probably have to have a little Barbie ice cube.
Oh, okay. We found the answer for who sang that song with Vegemite sandwich in it.
Who did?
Danny Mac McKenna tells us it was Men at Work.
Yeah,
Men at Work.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
And delay in the chat.
They were a very good band in the 80s. Men at Work.
Yeah, what else did they say?
From an island of love,
That's it. That's the one.
getting told, full of mushrooms. Whatever. Something
You
like
get,
that.
you get everything on Ian Friday. You talk about
Yeah.
chocolate, whiskey,
Oh, yeah.
Frozen cereal.
yeah,
I've got-
cereal.
I've got to unburden myself in a minute.
Hey, Ian, you did not do your rant yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to do it now. Right, I'm going to start.
Get on with it. Hurry up. Get on with it.
Let me tell you this epic tale of justice and
Sit
right,
down, folks.
right over wrong. You know, it's also, it could be made into a film. This.
Wow.
So today, I went up to shop to my local supermarket, and I didn't want to go out because I don't want to leave my dad on his own. So I wanted to be really quick. So the whole point of me going out today will be, quick as I possibly can. Right.
Yeah.
So I went into the supermarket today, and I got the stuff that I wanted, and I was behind this woman. Right. Now, she'd gone all the way around the shop, and hey, Goswina.
Hello,
Goswina.
Oh, Goswina, hello.
I'd gone all the way around the shop, and this woman had gone all the way around the shop. And in the UK at the moment, if you go inside a shop, you've got to wear a mask, right?
I don't wear masks.
But there are some things that say that if you have respiratory issues and problems, you can say, well, I've got these problems and I don't need to wear them, right? But you're supposed to have some sort of identifying thing to say that that's the case, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So she came to the counter, and the woman behind the counter were behind a shield, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And she's coughing and spluttering.
Oh no.
I mean, she's been doing that all the way through shop.
That's irresponsible.
Yeah, it is. And she didn't have a mask on.
Oh.
But she
was behind a shield.
No, the store lady. The store lady was behind the shield.
Okay.
The person who was buying things was the person didn't have the mask on, who were coughing. Right. So the lady who were selling, the store assistant, said, "Do you have a mask?" And she took it in a really bad way. This woman said, "I don't need a mask. I'm exempt. Why are you asking me?" and she started going off on this massive rant. Right.
Yeah.
And because this woman behind counter said, well, it's not particularly good for you to be doing that.
Yeah.
The woman who were being served said, she asked her to leave and get off the premises. And this other woman who were not doing what were right said, "Oh well, just wait till you come out here. I'll get you." And she was actually, like,
yeah,
like.
They say that in the South, in the U.S., and when they say that, they go out and get.
That's it. I mean, she was threatening this store assistant who was just doing her job, and she said, "You come out here. and you when you come out of work, I'm going to do you.
Oh yeah,
Being really nasty and aggressive.
Yeah.
And I thought
they should have called it. Yeah, I don't know.
well, this is the crux of the matter, right? Taking into account that I didn't have time to be wasting because I wanted to get back home to make sure, right? I thought, I've had enough of you, lady. And I went to her and I said, you threaten that assistant again, and I'll punch a hole in your face. And she went ballistic. She went ballistic. So I had to get really aggressive with her. And I ended up, I said, get out of here, or I'll knock you out.
Pop you one, or I'll pop you one. Yeah.
I'll drop you. And she ended up walking out in enough. No.
Oh yeah, they start. Yeah.
Oh! Look what he's done to me. Blah blah blah. I didn't. I nearly hit her. I was very close to hitting her.
Oh, Mr. Jackson.
Oh man.
Well, she would have deserved it. Honestly, you
She
just
deserved it.
you know, in England, you act in a polite manner. If you don't act in a polite manner, you get your head chopped off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Simple as that in the UK. I don't care what standards you've got in America, but if you don't act in a polite manner in the UK, then the person behind you's got every right to punch your lights out. So,
oh man.
Oh, this is getting Jerry
Right.
Springer. This
so,
is Jerry Springer.
she went off in a big huff, and as soon as she walked out, the queue of people behind me, because she'd been stood there ranting, the queue of people behind me actually applauded me.
Yeah, you got to hear an applause.
She came out and said thank you, because the poor lass who had been bombarded by this stupid woman
Got upset.
she got upset, and so rightly. So I had to stand up for righteousness today.
See, they should crown you Sir Ian Jackson after that heroic.
Good job I weren't. Good job it weren't me dark side of the Force day.
The dark side of the
My lightsaber, I would have gone.
it was Yoda. Yoda sent you.
It's a good job. It's a good job I'd been listening earlier in the day to a bit of Pink Floyd, and it had mellowed me out. Because had I have not,
that's good.
had I have not, she'd have been in hospital.
Hey, hang on a minute now, Ian.
Oh,
Maybe she was coughing and sputtering because she was choking on a Jolly Rancher.
Well, maybe so, but she still needed to be wearing a what they call it.
the Jolly Rancher.
A mask.
It's
called a mask.
Yes, it's called.
When you were choking on that Jolly Rancher, you had a mask on?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay then.
Oh.
No, but at that time there weren't any rule or regulation that said that you should wear a mask.
That's true. That's very true. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
But
Moo
it's been very clear recently that is the law.
Bye, Moo.
So
Yeah, bye, Moo. Thank you for joining.
bye.
Thank you.
So
So the moral of the story is Ian left with an ego the size of Texas.
It's not the law as such. I don't really care about the law, whether you should or you shouldn't. There's a debate as to whether you should or you shouldn't. What it is her attitude towards the poor lady who had to take a barrage of pig ignorance.
Yes, pig ignorance.
There's other people in the queue waiting while she's going, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Like a big 6-year-old, really. I mean,
when you're shopping, get your shopping done. Get out of the shop.
Yeah.
I hate being
in the sign.
in the best of times. I hate being in a shop in front of somebody who's chit-chatting with the person. Oh, do you know so and so, blah 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 blah. Excuse me, there's people got lives to live. I don't care what's happening in the world. we've got as lives to live. Don't stand there for 10 minutes talking about your particular issues in life.
Do you know, it's the same when you go down to the doctors where I am. It's just like when you go down to the doctors where I am, it's like, oh, hello, Joyce, how are you? How are your 6 kids? And then how are your 12 grandkids? And it's like,
Oh, God.
Is this a coffee shop or a doctor's? Which one? Every
time. I mean, I've got roughly about 80 years to live in my life, roughly, right?
Yeah.
Do I want to spend it?
10 minutes.
Somebody listening to their
whoever.
Not.
Yeah.
Don't.
We're not miserable. We're not miserable. We just don't want to waste time.
I want to optimize the amount of time in my life I get to use for me.
Yeah.
And by standing in a queue behind somebody.
Yeah, going, hello.
I'm going to create a special overlay that's going to say rant time. Right when he does rant time, I found out that I can create overlays on StreamYard, and I will create an overlay when it's rant time.
Diane, don't say you're going to do it. Do it.
Just do it. Do it, Diana. Do it.
I love doing stuff like that.
If I want to get people up on panel, I just say, do it.
You know, I have a question, Ian. If you were to, if you told her that if she doesn't shut up, you're going to put a hole in her face. How would you go about doing that?
By
do you have like a cordless drill or something in your pocket? Or?
No, if I'd have had it, it would have been a lot easier to do it like that. Although it would have been a bit splattery.
Oh.
Normally, raising your fist to
splattery.
Your move is the next move, and it's the worst move you're going to make. It tends to stop people from, when people get really puffed up and hard and you can shut them up very quickly by saying, "Look, if you don't shut up, it's going to cost you an awful lot in your life."
Danny says Ian is a Karen basher.
Oh,
Ian Karen Basher Jackson.
Ian Karen Basher Jackson.
Yeah.
You know,
that's your ring name, your fighting ring name.
That is his
Ian Karen Basher Jackson. Ding ding ding.
Right.
And
this isn't about bashing.
I'm gonna put a hole in your face.
And then we're gonna hire Jerry Springer to host it. There you go.
You can do that part time. You can paint and then do WWF wrestling.
Yeah. And we could get Jerry Springer in on the acting.
Jerry.
Are we gonna look at your finished frog painting now?
Well, if you put it back up, because we're not far away from finished.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting close. So
is he a happy frog?
I would think so. I mean, I don't know.
A happy frog.
What does it take to be a happy frog?
Well,
nice and wet.
Yeah.
A few flies.
Flies, yes, of course, flies.
What flies around?
A pond. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, because
not
all flies live in ponds, does it? Not all
live in ponds.
Yeah, but this particular frog eats poisonous ants. So would that make you happy?
If you were a frog.
Well, it obviously is immune to the poison. It must be immune to the poison. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If it eats that.
Yes, it's immune to the poison.
See, there's always an animal that can take care of another animal.
It can take another animal.
So.
You, Karen Basher, you.
Just on the subject of that, don't get me wrong. It's not because you were a lady or anything like that. It's because at the end of the day, if someone
it's the safety of the other person. It's the health. If
it had been a 6 foot tall bloke, I would have done exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In fact, actually, I wouldn't have done exactly the same. I wouldn't have given him the benefit of the doubt. I would have said, "Shut up," and he would have known exactly what that meant.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Jerry.
just remember,
There's so many comments. I can't keep up with all these comments.
when I were a young lad, I were part of the real dark side. I used to go to the football and I used to hit people just for a laugh. Right? And I'm not being funny there. That was part of my weekend.
Yeah.
Going around smacking people. So when I was
Tony has a suggestion for your painting.
Oh. Pray tell.
Put into Jaffa cakes and those poisonous ants.
There you go.
Sprinkled with fire ants.
Hey, sure. That's just give me a concept. What would happen if we fed a frog? Do you know frogs are very environmentally sensitive?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What if we fed a frog on Jaffa cakes? Would it?
I know lizards eat watermelon.
Would it taste like a Jaffa cake?
Maybe.
We might have solved the world's food shortage.
Mystery. Yeah. Or yeah.
Feed them on Jaffa cakes. Make them just eat Jaffa cakes, and then.
Don't try this at home, kids.
And then
I just thought I'd throw that one in there.
Yeah, voice of reason. Thank you for being here.
They become a living Jaffa. They could become a living Jaffa cake.
I'm the Jerry Springer part of this show.
Jerry. Is he dead, Jerry Springer, or what?
Is he dead? Come on, he's only about what? 60
I know, but you never. At one time of day, you used to see him on telly all the time, but you just don't see him anymore.
Yeah, it's because he's made so much money out of that trashy show. He doesn't need to do anything.
I know he didn't go far enough. Not like us in England. We put people on lie detectors that weren't actually lying, and then they commit suicide.
Oh, Jeremy. Oh, what was he called?
Yeah.
Jeremy Kyle? Was it?
Jeremy Kyle.
Not as good as Jerry Springer, but he was okay. Yeah.
It was quite comedic and funny, Jerry Springer, but it's a bit like I don't know.
It seems like every time you're in a hurry, though, there's something that happens. You pick the wrong cash register, or the wrong aisle, or something.
Yeah, listen, it's my life that I've spent years and years stood behind people.
Oh yeah.
You know, who want to tell the people I'm serving their entire life story.
And ailments. Don't forget ailments.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you know that Auntie so and so's got
back in 1802? Back in 1802, when I had my whatever it was I had, and then I can't remember what I had. But when did I have it? Just complete aimless crap that you don't want to hear.
Do you know what? I'm going to be really direct with people from here on, and I'm just going to say, these people got lives to live.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think society's become so like self-centered. You might as well just tell them.
Yeah.
I love it. The ones that I love the ones that have like 10 coupons in their purse, and one coupon doesn't work, and they're digging through the purse and trying to find another coupon.
It's a coupon. It's a coupon from Blitz or 1940s.
Yeah.
It's not valid, that one.
Oh, this one's out of date.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go.
Very nice.
I don't think that was a mini rant. I would say that was a pretty big rant there, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, no, I mean, honestly, that almost ended up in somebody going into hospital today. I was so and don't get me wrong, that weren't just my feelings. That were the feelings of several people who were stood behind me in a queue. I would have just been one of several people that hit her.
Ian Friday is postponed due to Ian needs to be bailed out of jail.
Or to say hello. No, hold on. No, this is good. Hold on, let me say this. But before I forget, say hello to my little friend.
Yep, that's right.
There you go.
It's all right because I'm going to have my Russian connections sorted out.
Shh, it's the Russians. Shush.
We'll deal with it.
It's the Russians.
No questions asked.
I know nothing. I don't know anybody. I don't know who any of these people are. I've never seen you in my life.
Hey, anyway, we don't subject to Russians. My Russian.
I don't confirm and I don't deny. I don't know anybody. Leave me alone.
My Russian spy friends have said, you know that fly that were on that guy's head, right?
Yeah.
Which were really funny. Apparently, it's a Russian spy robot that's trying to interfere with American elections.
Oh. Yeah.
Half the world, Twitter was down. Half the world was down with Twitter.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I know. It was so funny. You know what? And funnily enough, it let me. What I did, I thought, do spy robot flies actually exist? And I went on internet because I'm that stupid, right? I went on internet, and believe me, they do. Miniature spy robot flies exist.
Yep.
Can you?
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Can you swap?
Big Brother's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're Russian flies, can you not swap them?
Well, you can swat any fly. It's just you've got to be like Bruce Lee to swat it. Have you ever tried swatting a fly?
Yeah.
Of course. Unless it's a docile fly that can't be bothered.
That can't be bothered.
You know why? You know why, Ian? You know why it's hard to do that?
Why?
Because when they land and when they take off, they don't go forward; they go backwards.
I know, and it's best to try and surround them before you let them. That's why the best way to get a fly is to come at them at all angles, and it goes, oh, which angle do I go out? And then by this time you can go swat.
So really, I mean, if you want to swat a fly, you need to go from the behind, because when they take off, they go backwards each and every time.
They do have compound eyes that they can see under
Last 5 minutes.
so they can see you from behind.
No, I know that they can see you from behind. The problem is, what I'm trying to say is, regardless if they know that you're behind them, they're not going to go forward. They're still going to go backwards. So if you time it just right, you'll nail it.
So I mean, generally, when we actually swat a fly, it's basically because it's a fluke, because flies are more than 10 times faster with reactions than what humans are.
Yeah.
There's no way you can actually do it.
But you have a better chance of swatting the fly from behind than you do forward, is what I'm saying.
So what have we covered today?
We've covered quite a lot there.
Queuing etiquette. What not to do in England when you're in a supermarket. Fly swatting. Painting frogs. What frogs eat.
Dancing gloves.
Yeah. I mean,
soggy cereal, and if you want to make it
cereal and freezing it.
How to keep your cereal. I'm more of a Quaker Oats person myself.
Well,
yeah. I mean, what more can we say? It's been another education for the masses.
Yes, exactly what he said.
We learned about bees, gloves,
and twig nuts,
killer ants,
killer ants,
and cold brewed coffee.
Yeah,
NFL franchises.
Something we didn't really go into, which I promised we would, but it's a bit too late.
And don't forget the Russian. What was it about Russians again? Russian something. Russian flies? What?
No.
Robot flies.
The robot flies.
Thank you. That was it.
It's a conspiracy theory that that flight were a robot that was sent by the Russians to interfere in the American elections.
Well, it's after 9 o'clock by you, Ian. So you should go outside and go for a walk and have your fist raised up high and say, "Damn you!"
In case there's another Karen out there. That needs
I mean,
you can take your curfew and stuff it.
Yeah.
I'm in an area where there aren't no authorities around anyway. You know,
So they don't give. They
very
don't
often
care.
get police around our way, so I'm not going to get nicked by anybody. We are. We the people.
Which
We the people.
Danny reminded us of that movie Jeff Goldblum was in. Remember he became a fly?
Yeah.
Actually, strangely enough, I actually prefer the original one from the 1950s. Has anybody ever seen that?
No, I don't think I've seen the original one. That's a black and white too, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, I tell you what, it's late 1940s, and the effects in it for the 1940s are pretty damn good.
Well, I'm going to go and get some sleep. So I hope I was the voice of reason today.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, everybody. It's been a turbulent one, but we've had to like shook out all the horribleness and chuck it out at you.
Yeah.
Have a JB shot of JB for me, Gracie.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Paul. I will.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Take care, guys. Happy
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody that joined us.
Bye. All right then, guys.